Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. Jay here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Street Fighter V. I got the game yesterday and I started playing it. I haven't had any troubles with the online components, which a lot of people did have. The online is something that actually worked really well for me, so I don't really have much to say about that other than it runs smooth as hell, and I really don't have any complaints about it. I've been able to get into matches and have not had a problem there either. The only problem I have been having is, well, I keep losing, but that's me and not the game. This video, what I really want to focus on is the gripes I have with the single player aspect of the game, which is sorely lacking. First off, when you start the game up, you open the game into, after the opening sequence, you start off with a tutorial, which I'm not familiar with that ever happening in any other fighting game, not that I know of at least. The only problem I have with this tutorial, which I think is a great idea, it doesn't really teach you anything new. In fact, it just shows you the basics, which honestly, I'm pretty sure the majority of people that are going to play a game like Street Fighter already know the basics. So this tutorial, which seems like such a great idea, and I was kind of excited about it, maybe picking up some stuff before I even start playing this game, well, I was wrong. It was completely useless and a waste of my time. Well, after the tutorial, you make your way to this lovely screen in the main menu. There's, as you can see, back here all the way on the side, you have the, as you can see, these are the online components, which work really well for me. And it's really the only focus for the only thing that Capcom focused on with this release. If you look down here, there's shop, which is not highlighted, and same thing goes for challenges, something that I really like. I like the challenges in like Mortal Kombat and Injustice with the Star Labs. I really enjoy challenges, so when I saw this, the first thing that I saw was that, first of all, it's not highlighted like the rest of the game, or the rest of the menus, and I wondered why, so I tried to open it, and it says this will be available as a free update in March, which on the day of this release was literally 2 weeks away. I mean, given March is 31 days long, but still, they could not have waited 2 weeks to release the game, because it doesn't seem like it's complete. The shop, exactly the same thing. But that's not the only thing. I know people have already complained about this. Battle settings, I'll get to that, because the training, for instance, it's just bare basic training. You don't learn anything from the training. You can try to get better, but it's exactly the same as every other training component in any other fighting game. It's nothing special, so that tutorial is really the only way that you're going to learn anything new. Alright, story mode. Let's look at this. Character story. Now you have 12 playable characters. I already played with 4 of them through the story mode. As you can see, there's 12 characters, and each one has their own story. Now, as far as I know, these are prologues. Let's go to Ryu. As you can see, Ryu has 3 fights, and then there's an epilogue, which is just a video. Well, actually, it's a drawing and some subtitles and voice acting. So there's 3 fights total for Ryu. Ken, same thing. I believe that Chun-Li is also 3 fights, which is actually 2 fights against Vega, which is practically the same fight twice. I also played with Laura. I think she has 4 fights. So it's 3, the 4 fights, the majority. I'm thinking Zangief only is going to have 2, because the third one would be the epilogue. I'm not sure. I haven't played that yet. I will be playing through that. I'll also be posting those videos on my channel. The point being is that each fight is 1 round, and they are extremely easy. You start off each fight with your V trigger and your EX gauge completely filled. There is no way to change the difficulty settings. Or the main thing that I really think is missing here in Street Fighter V is an arcade mode. Now I know that Street Fighter V wasn't released in the arcades, but anything could have made up for that. They could have put anything in there, just a fight mode, or I don't even know what to call it. The point is that the story mode is lacking, as I've said. There will be a free update in June or July, or free DLC I should say, to add on to the story mode. But when you have games such as Mortal Kombat X and Injustice, where you have such a big story mode where you don't even choose a character, you just choose story mode and you play through the entire game playing as different characters, following a story, and the game getting harder and harder as you go on, it is a way for you to get familiar with not just one character but multiple characters. Where here in Street Fighter, it's so hard to really get better at the game, because the only thing you can do is go into the training mode, check out your command list. You know how to do Hadouken, Shoryuken. I mean, I know how to do those. Got the basic settings, the dummy settings. Let's set the dummy to CPU, highest difficulty setting, and let's not knowing what to do with your V skills or the V triggers. The game doesn't even tell you how to really use them. You have your unique attacks. Okay. These are just... Now, here you have Heat Rush. So high punch, a high kick, high punch and high kick. Red means that it's high. And it says X3V in red, which means it's the V trigger. Well, right now my V trigger is all the way up. So I just activated it. You didn't get to see it. It's really up. It's really. So you in time there. There we go. Now, I have no idea how I set that off. I don't know how I did that. I just did it. And that is something that I want to overcome. I don't want to play this fighting game by accidentally stumbling my way through a fight. I actually won an online fight, a ranked match against somebody who was a higher rank than I was. Like, they were pretty good. But I won because I managed to set that thing off twice. And that's how I won. Both times. But I was lucky both times. That is not saying, oh, you know what, I'm actually getting pretty good at this. No, I'm stumbling my way through because I'm hitting a couple button combinations. I don't button bash. I don't like button bashing. But I do try to do moves that I know. That's why I chose Ken, because I know how to play with Ken. I know how to play with Ryu. I kind of know how to play with Cammy, but not as well as I know how to play with Ken. Hence the reason I chose him, because I don't want to button bash. And for me personally, knowing how to fight, learning how to get better at these games is by playing arcade mode story mode and ramping up the difficulty slowly. And games such as Mortal Kombat X and Injustice, and they did a great job at that, and they allowed me to learn new characters, and I was hoping that Capcom would learn from this. But even the DLC that is coming out, the story-based DLC that will be free, is it going to have that, or am I going to choose one character, play through the entire thing like an arcade mode, which is not the same as a story mode? Because fighting games have evolved since that way of storytelling. I'm nervous about future fighting releases like Tekken 7. I'm really looking forward to that. And I was hoping that games such as Mortal Kombat have paved the way for other fighting games to do the same thing. Because NetherRealm's the only company that is going to be doing that. I hope not. If there are any other fighting game series out there that do this, please let me know down in the comments, because I'm definitely looking forward to that. One more thing about the story-based DLC. I watched the video with the producer of Street Fighter V, Ono, and he said that the story-based DLC will be free for anybody that bought the game in February. Now my question is that free for just the people that bought the game day one? Or is it going to be free, period? I couldn't find an answer for that anywhere, so if you do know, please let me know down in the comments. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to leave it at this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be posting my Street Fighter V videos for the story modes, and also some of my online experiences on the channel, so subscribe if you want to see those, and don't forget to like and comment. It helps me out. So thank you guys so much. I am Jay, and I will see you another day.